day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are around the world. Welcome to Joey's World. Welcome to my messy shop. Welcome to your world if you choose to make it so. So what are we doing today? Well, I'm playing around with this old 46 radio here. That honestly, it's probably seen better days, but I don't know. I've replaced all the bulbs in it so far. Tested two of them were bad. I don't have the bulb tester right now, so I can't test the new ones that I got that we're supposed to have tested good. So what I decided to do is go down the line, check out which I downloaded this power service, this schematic, and we're going to go through the heater filament line, make sure that we've got voltages going down. So I should have line voltage here, and I should have line voltage here, and of course the line voltage includes or drops on the bulbs. These are the filaments of the bulbs right there. Like I said, I've already replaced all of them. I have something else, but they're not even lighting up, so I need to at least check this. And, I'm not certain what this dial light, it didn't turn on either. So I'm wondering if my switch is bad or what the deal. I mean, I guess that could be bad too, but that's what we're going to be checking. And I guess I'll do voltage checks, and then once I'm at a point to where I can check the capacitors, I will. But I'm not even there. There are no capacitors in there. There's a resistor there, resistor here. Check those. So really, even though I have had power on this, there's not any power that can be let me see. Actually, that'll be fine, just like that. Let me lower this down a bit. All right, so I think this is the way to do this. It's probably worked the best this way. And you see what ding it rolled. And I have my bride brought me these from the store here. They love these. I probably won't be eating much of them. Oh boy. Let's see. All right, I'm going to do a volume test on myself. Cheap volume. See what I see. Sounds okay. Of course, it'll echo now. Anyway, welcome to everyone that's out there. I don't see very many people, that's okay. I've got to go through this. So, first place I should have power. So I think I'm going to ground my meter on one side on the case. Trying to get another clip so it's a little easier. I'll just just do this here. And this one, I think I can do that. Okay, clear like that, and I guess I'll do this. Put it. I guess I'll put it right here. Because between there and there, if I check, I should have just check continuity. Let me, we should get. So there's a resistor. There's a resistor. This one here, R9. That I have no idea where it's at, but I'm going to try to find it. It's a 220,000 ohm resistor. It comes off of this 10 microfarad capacitor, which is capacitor C16, but it comes off of the power line, off the switch. So if we follow the switch, over we'll find resistor 9. And the switch on this thing is over here, right? Switch is right here. And that resistor, I believe, is this one right here. There's a resistor, this one here. This one here is that resistor. It's blue, gray, green. Blue is, and I should know this off the top of my head, but in fact, I'll put it on here. All right, so this right here is the list, and the first thing on that one is blue, gray, green. So it's blue, which is 6. That doesn't look right. That's interesting. That one goes. Looks like from there to here, this terminal block. I'm trying to find this choke. I see it. Or transformer, I guess. Let's go back and find the line. This thing should be this 2200 should be 22 followed by 40. So it should be red, red, followed by yellow. So it should be red, red, yellow. I don't see a red, red, yellow anywhere. But I do see that. And that one does come off of. You know what I'm sort of seeing? I see this thing, and it looks like it's on the capacitor. It looks like it's not even moving. Look at that. I mean, it looks like it's not even connected. Look at that right there. Now the question is does that capacitor need to be? It looks like it's multiple capacitors. It's got this capacitor here with multi-leads on it, which I'm sure it's got a rating there. I can't tell. Might have to take it off to look at it. This is kind of jicky here, just like that. Cut it off, I guess, and didn't even solder it back on. They just twisted it back on. Look at that. That's amazing. But anyway, what we want to see is if power comes out of there. Now see, here is a red, red, green, right? And it is going to this pin, which is going to this, which I guess this goes to the antenna. That is a red, red, green. That should be a 2 with 5 zeros, which is a 22. Looks pretty rough too. The question is that coming off the same point as this over here? I think it is. I think it's this same point here. As it goes from there.
It's not Crusher Canada.
Hey, Greg.
6. Hello, Al.
Hello, hello, hello. So what I'm looking at is this resistor right here, which is a 220,000 ohm resistor. One side is grounded. The other side goes to switch connection. That's this side. And then the other side also goes to pin number 8 on the 12 SQ7. Let's make sure that that's the 12 SQ7. Yeah, that is, yes. That is the 12 SQ7 that we're on. There's the 12 SQ7, and it, what did I say? It went over to pin 8 on the SQ7. So yeah, that's that point there. So this one, did I say pin 8? It looks like it's going to pin 5. There's pin 5. 6. There's a capacitor coming off of pin 8, which is going between here and 6. But what's fascinating is that this capacitor here isn't even soldered in. Just totally loose. All right, so there's a 0.1 microfarad capacitor right here coming off the center of this thing. Is it a 0.1 or a 10 microfarad? I think it's a 10. That says 0.1. and that is going to the hot side right there. Hot side goes to that capacitor.
Snot Crusher Canada
No,
says,
no.
your audio sounds like you're in the next room.
Really? I think the sound is right here. All right, let me. So I see. Can you hear this? This is a camera I'm on. Are you hearing sound from another camera?
Snot Crusher Canada says, barely.
Okay, good.
Sonia
Good.
says,
Good.
your audio sounds good to me.
All right, let me go to the communications microphone. Let's see. How does this sound? See, I don't think it's that one. All right, here we go. See, I'm thinking it's this. This is the camera I'm on. That's my. Yeah. So maybe
Snot Crusher Canada says, sounds the same.
sounds the same. Really. Okay. Well, I don't know, Greg. What?
Sonia says, the volume could be better.
Okay. The volume. So I can probably
Snot Crusher Canada
do.
says, that's better now.
Okay. Let me see if I can turn the volume up a little bit. Beautification, mirror the camera, audio, echo cancellation, auto gain control. Nope. That's it. Auto gain control. Let me and how do I turn the gain up? No. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do other than talk louder. How's that? All right. So here's what I'm seeing. Off the power, okay? Which this is. There's power coming in. And the power goes in
Dances with Art
to here. Hey Mike.
Says, hey.
Hey Mike,
Sonia
how are you doing?
says,
And hello Sonia.
I have to have the volume up all the way on my Mac.
Well,
Dances with Art Barks says, hi Greg, Sonia, Al. Snot Crusher Canada says, hi Mike. Sonia says, hi at Dances with Art Barks waving hand.
that is Mike. So I don't see this. So I'm wondering if I've got the right or the wrong schematic. I don't know. Because I don't know what capacitor this is or what
says, hi at Snot Crusher Canada.
Or what I mean I can see values, at least I can see that. But off of here, there should be a resistor. There should be a resistor coming off. Oh, you know what? Maybe this capacitor. Maybe this capacitor is one of those. But still, I didn't find this going to the right pin anyway, which is over here, which is right here. This one should be going down to here.
Hey Sonia.
All right, so oh, you're going to turn off on me, eh? trying to find a right connector to do some probing, and I had one. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is.
Sonia
I see it now.
says, I'm celebrating summer solstice.
Woohoo!
Happens at 9:42 p.m.
All right.
Today is the longest day of this year.
It's been a long day, that's
Slightly
for sure.
smiling face.
It's been a long day. All right, so I'm just gonna put this thing, make sure that that switch is good. Let's put it to continuity. Select continuity. Make sure we're making noise, right? Make sure we're making noise. Let's see, and yeah, this is totally loose right there. That's crazy right there. Look at that. All right, so I should have continuity on this. Okay, I don't have it now, but if I turn it, no, I do. I should have continuity. What do I got there? So check this out, guys. What do you think? What is this? What does this sound like when I have this one here and that one there, and it makes no noise, right? No noise. And I turn it. Oh no, I'm touching it, and it makes no noise. What does that tell you? Doesn't that sound like this switch is bad? No power? Now I know some of you out here know exactly what I'm saying. So one side goes to the switch, the other side goes to this right here, which is tapping off to the bulbs. It's this orange right here. It's going over this dial bulb. I think we've got a bad switch. Has to be. And I guess one way would be to solder down there and up here, or to physically just take this and touch it right there. That'd probably work. Let's see if I had continuity throughout. Okay, I'm just making sure that this has continuity, because what I'm doing is I'm taking and putting it on this side here and seeing which side's which. Well, it's not that one. It's that one there. So basically what I just did is I checked the continuity through the plug all the way in to down here. And with the switch on, I should be able to test it right there if the switch is on, which it is. See? So that tells me that switch is messed up in there. So if I cut this off here and I clip it onto this capacitor, that should turn it on, right? What do you guys think? I clip it here, make a touch here, and it'll turn on. Come on, you radio pros out there. I lose my. What time is it? It's 7:33, so there's 2 more hours and 15 minutes or so before the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. All right, so I think I'm going to cut that right there and just physically clip it up here and fire the thing up and see what it does, guys. I feel brave. Let me get something to cut with. First, I need a nickel wafer.
Snaw Crusher Canada says, I just listen to radios, I can't fix them.
Well, I know for a fact there's at least one person that does radios in the stream. I was just gathering up some equipment.
Sonia says, I repair most anything.
Yes, I know.
Mostly Zenith radios for the old ones.
So Sonia, does that make sense? Bypass that switch and see if it'll power up. Doesn't that make sense?
Dances with Aardvarks
Mike
says, I get digital electronics, but analog is like witchcraft. These strange things. Says, hey.
Hello, these strange things. Hey, welcome. Yeah,
Sonia says, yes. Dances with Aardvarks.
all right.
Says,
So
ITST.
So let me grab this here so I can see the live. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut this thing. Look at this. Look at this. It just blows my mind. I'm gonna cut it down here and then just tack it on there for now.
Sonia
I'll eventually replace
says,
this thing anyway.
I at dances with aardvarks and at these strange things waving hand. These strange things. Says, is Jack in the shop?
Oh, hey, Jack. Welcome. All right, so I'm just going to cut it as close there so I can have as much room as I possibly can. And we'll do that way there. So here's, it's not a 10. Boy, this is for thick. Ooh, I didn't realize that I got this one. All right, I'm going to tin that, and I'm going to go ahead and
JJ
and make it stick right up there.
Hello, waving hand.
Hello, JJ. In fact, I don't even need to do that, guys. I don't even need to all I need is a jumper between here and there. Let's find a jumper, but I wonder what the Yeah, I got a jumper.
Sonia. Sis. Hi JJE waving hand.
I said I got a jumper. Come on. There we go. All right. Here we go, guys. I'm going to put that jumper right up here. Make sure that I'm getting it on there. Just, I can put it right here, and it would be the same
Snawcrusher Canada.
as there.
Sis. Hey Jim.
And then
JJE.
this side's going to get
Sis.
this.
Hi Sonia. JJE. Sis. Hey Greg.
All right. What's this going to do, guys? What happens if I turn this light off? Yeah, that's not good. Yep, that light's got to come back on. All right, so I guess, yeah, there is a speaker on there. This is the antenna. I don't know if it's going to do anything whatsoever, but I've got to be able to see. You know what? I can do this like this. What do you think? You think that'll arc right there, or that'll be okay? Or you think I ought to solder it for sure?
These strange things.
Because it would be okay there.
Get a bag and get ready to catch all the smoke. Sonia. Sis. Use the dim bulb.
Yes, definitely.
Sonia.
I'm definitely going to do that. Yes.
That will be okay.
Yeah, I'll do it like this. Got to make sure I don't get both those terminals too. And yeah, I'll definitely use a dim bulb. All right. Here we are. Flip this over. I don't want it to push down on it too much. There we go. All right, here we go, guys. Let's take this thing. All right. Let's put it over here. Now I can't remember how I left this thing plugged in. So I'm going to use my dim bulb tester, and I'm going to plug it in like I normally do, which is right there.
These strange things. Sis. Do you have this on the Variac?
Yes.
These strange things.
And it's plugged in.
Sis. There it is.
Yes. Yes, there it is. All right. Ooh, I'm glad I didn't have that on, because it was all the way up. But anyway, the point is when I turn it on, okay, there's the load that's going through here. Okay, see, because as soon as I pull this, so it's working, right? So let's go ahead and knock that down, put that there, bring this in here. So really, these two are the ones that are going to glow. I guess this one is too. And hopefully I haven't messed anything up. Just double checking. Hmm. I'm scared, guys. Here goes. All right. If there's any current being pulled by this thing, it'll show up. It'll show up on the bulb. Let me see if I can get a better shot there. See, so we're looking this bulb, and you can't see this one at all. But all right, here we go. If this thing starts to light here, I'm at 30. I don't see anything. I don't know. I'm feeling heat, but it's probably just my imagination. I don't see any bulbs heating up. We're at 55. This looks like it's not drawing any current. I'm sitting at 100 right now. It should be glowing. It should be glowing. It should be turning on. It's like there's no power at all. That's interesting. Okay. There's 120. Nothing. And I've got power turned on. So all right, so let's shut this back down. And let me turn this light back on. And honestly, at this point, I'm not certain what's going on. I should have something. All right, let's move this up here, get it out of the way. Now the question is do I have power there? Right? So we should have power. We should have power when we turn that on. At some points, right? I dropped my soldering iron. Oh, and I messed up the tip too. All right. So let's do some checking. Let's see where we got some power at. All right, so I've got my probing side and my negative side. So let's just plug that in. All right, let's go ahead and turn this on. Bring this back up to 120. Now I'm going to do it at 110. I think that was 120 when I was checking it. Let me put this thing on AC voltage. So if we go here, we should be reading 120 volts, and we're not. So is it the other one? Is it here? Yeah. So to here, I've got 120 volts, so it is coming in the cable. And then from there, it goes to a capacitor. Yeah, so there, I guess, it goes to that capacitor there. It goes to this side of the capacitor. And then it goes from there to this dial light. So, and that is what it does. There's the dial light here. So it goes from there. Okay, I've got 120 volts. Should be the same thing up here somewhere on this dial light. Let me see if I can. Let's see, can I do this? Nah, let me put that back in there. Okay. Well, anyway, I should have 120 volts there too, because that's what's here, which is okay there. All right, so 120 volts to there. That's this side of the capacitor, and that goes over to here to pin 3 of the 36 volt. Let's just see if we can follow the voltage. Okay, so we should be going to here, and we should have 120 volts there. Because we should have all the power here too, or did I do it backwards? All right, so we've got it there. Let's go to pin 3 of the 35 Z5 GT. Pin 3, and we still have power on this. Pin 3 of the 35. Where's the 35? I can't tell. 35 is this one, right? Which is what it's doing. See, it's 35. Question is, which one of these is the 35? I don't want to flip it back over. I'm going to have to. So let's turn power off. Let's bring this thing down for a second. Okay, and what I'm going to do, and this is 35 over here, but what I'm going to do is mark where they're at. Okay, so 35 will be the bottom one. 35, and then the next one is 12SK7. Okay, and the next one is 12SO7. So it's like that. Oh, wait. And this one, oh, wait. Yeah, it's 35, then 12, then 12. What's this one? So we're turned off. Let me look at this thing. Yeah, this is the 50. Okay. All right. So this is the 50, which is over here. We'll just say the 50. And then this one up here is, what is this? This one here is a 12SA7. 12SA7. Wait a second. That says SA7, not SO7. Uh-oh.
Custom screen printing. Says, hello my friend, good evening.
Hello, good evening to you. All right. You know, that's supposed to be a 12SQ7 right there. And that's what it is. That's 12SA7. No, it's supposed to be SQ7. Interesting. Okay, I didn't realize that. So I think I messed up. I wonder what the difference between 12S07 or SQ7 and 12SA7 is. Yep. 12SK7. So now I've got another problem that's crept in. I don't know if that's a substitution for that or what. Let me just make sure the other ones are. I replaced all the ones that I had. This one's This one's 35Z5, 35Z5G. Yep, that's right. This is a 12SA7. Now I'm really confused. Did I put them in the wrong places? 12SK7, that's this one. Yeah, that's right. This is a 12SA7 here. Okay, like it's supposed to be. This is the 12SK7, like it's supposed to be. So the only one that I'm questioning is this one, which is 12SO7. What does it say here? 12SQ7. So I think I got two of these, is what I got. Where are the bulbs? There they are. $50. There's a 35. Here we go. 12SQ7. I don't know. I don't know what the heck I did. 12SQ7. That's it. I must have. This must be the old ones, and I never replaced those either. That's what I did. Okay. That's pretty firm in there. All right. 12SQ7. 12SK7. Sorry, I'm confused. Yes. All right. 12SA7 is this one. And the reason I'm pulling these is because I know that these were the ones that I had in there. I thought I had changed them out, but they were not metal. 12SA7 is right there. 12SA7 is right there. Okay, there we go. So now I've got two bulbs that I can look at the filament and see if it'll turn on. All right, so let's make sure this is okay here.
Custom screen printing. Says. Kilroy, I just gave you a thumbs up and shared you out on my community tab.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And if I had a mod, I'd tell him to shout you out. But everybody, go check out Joey. He does screen printing and has quite a bit of community. Are you doing the karaoke still? All right, so this can stay like that. Yes, I did turn that off. And why did I take it off? I don't know.
Custom screen printing. Says. Wayne is my name on YouTube.
I thought it was Joey.
These strange things. Says. Hey at custom screen printing.
Well, all this time I thought your name was Joey. Maybe I'm getting you confused with another streamer.
Custom screen printing. Says. No more karaoke channel /.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Custom screen printing. Sis. My new is Joey on Twitch.
Oh yeah, yeah, there you go. I knew it was Joey somewhere. Okay. All right, so what have I figured out? I figured out that the voltage is getting to it. I figured out that those bulbs were wrong. Does that mean that with those bulbs that are right now, it'll work maybe? Do we get that that privilege?
These strange things. Sis. This is my new channel on YT.
On YouTube? Um, uh, Let me go look at it again. Come on, get over there. Serious. So let's see here. Let's see. These strange things, 165 subscribers. I just gave him a subscribe. All right. Yeti Yoga. Okay. All right. I'll have to go back and look at that, Jack. All right. So cool. Cool. So guys, go check out these strange things. Jack in the Shop. All right. So I think that should power up. If it'll power up, we're still looking at the tubes. Wait. Well, actually, he
Custom screen
can't,
printing.
Joey. Let me see if I can do something like
These
that.
strange things. Can you drop your link
Can
on
I
here
do a
so I can
shout-out?
check you out?
Shout out at
These strange things. Says. No.
Yeah. Let me see, guys. Did that work? No. Ah, I just messed that one up, huh?
These strange things. Says. Only a mod can. Gilroy. Says. So these strange things. Gilroy. Says. /OD these strange things.
It's still not, is it? Or is it? Try it. I think I can do that. Maybe not.
/mod these strange things.
Yeah, I know.
Custom screen printing. Says. We need to be mods in here.
Yes. I don't know how to make that mod, but I was trying. All right, let's try this though. Okay. Here, let me see if I can do it this way, Jack. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Try that, Jack. Give that a try. All right, guys. Let me power this thing up. So looking back, let's get a better angle at where are we at?
Custom screen printing. Says. Touch the 3 dots and give Rex. These strange things. Says. Woot woot.
Woo woo.
These strange things. Says. I got a wrench.
So you can post the link there. Okay, guys. Let me go on here. Let me look at that. Get a better angle of this. All right. So we want to see the dim bulb. We also want to be able to see this one here should light up. You should be able to see that. And of course, there's one over there, which I guess I could back up a little bit maybe. That one might be a little bit easier to see. Here's that. Here's that. Yeah. Okay. Let's give this a try. Let's try this. So that should be on again. Power. What did I just do? Oh, I put the right tubes in. And look, guys, I see right now this one's turning on. Look at this. Look at this, right? Right there. In fact, let's turn this light off. See it right there? And look. And look. That one right there. Oh, and I'm hearing noise. I'm only sitting. That's a plus, guys. That is a big plus.
These strange things.
Okay.
Says https://www.youtube.com/@these-strange-things.
So now
These strange things. Says https://www.youtube.com/channel/uckalqy1010-62_iw.
whoa.
Sonia says, woohoo.
Yes.
Nipet says, at Dances with Aardvarks, come on. Stop spamming caps warning.
Yeah, that's
Custom
Nightbot.
screen printing.
Don't worry
Says,
about it.
these strange things, I just joined you, so join me too.
I did guys go over there and give these strange things. Well, I'm gonna have to go in there and fix that Nightbot. It shouldn't be that stringent, guys.
These
deal.
strange
Good deal.
things. Says,
Yeah, go check Joey out too.
I dropped a link for custom screen printing.
All right, cool beans. Thanks, Jack. Well, it doesn't like caps, does it, Mike? I apologize. It just gets you. Hey, Mike, if you do digital stuff, the analog stuff is. I mean, I don't know. I was going to say just as easy, but the digital stuff I think is easier. Honestly and truly, you either have the signal or you don't. You know, it's not like you have it. Well, maybe that's why you understand it. Yeah. All right. So I got power to this thing. That's a good thing. That's yeah. There's Jack in the shop site.
Sonia says, cool. I will need some screen printing done in about 6 months.
There you go. There you go.
These strange things. Says,
thanks, Jack.
https://youtube.com/jackintheshop.
All right. So that sounded pretty strong. I mean, I'm kind of
Sonia
impressed. I have
says,
I have to
thumbs up,
fix.
Al.
I have to fix this though. I have to go back and fix. You know, it's weird. It must have been those bad tubes, right? Not. And I'm just going to unplug this over here. Not the switch. Had to been those tubes. So let me fix this here, and I'll just do that and put it on there. But I'm surprised that those capacitors are so well not soldered in place. Oh. Oh. All right, I guess I get to power up my soldering iron and see what damage I did to it. It'll reach. All right, I got to get something to clean that up.
Says, I followed your channel at These Strange Things, thumbs up.
to sit myself on a plastic bin. Nevertheless, it hurt just the same. Do I have
Custom
any,
screen printing.
do I have any
Says,
water?
Sonia, what kind of screen printing are you going to need? These strange things. Says, thank you.
Gotta get a little water, guys. I'll be right back.
Sonia says, I will need some copper sheet screen printed with the resist formula. These strange things. Says, doing circuit boards.
All right, kiddos. Is this the one for this? No, it's not, is it? Oh well. All right, let me see if that's coming to life. Oof. Look at that. Look at that tip. Pretty gnarly. I need to get a new soldering iron and well, look at that. See, I dropped it on it too, so I bent it. I don't know if this is going to work at all.
Custom screen printing. Says, I don't do that, sorry, I only do t-shirts and ball caps only. Sonia says, where are you located? Yes. These strange things. Says, I can laser engrave them.
There you go.
Sonia says, okay, I'll get a screen printing set up.
All right, let me get some solder. Solder that sucker right up there. Need some solder. Where's the solder? There's the solder there. Here's the solder. Okay. All right. A little solder. A little box of solder.
Sonia says, I have too much to do. Who says being retired is boring? LMAO.
Right? Let me see if I can get this tinned half. So for those that were here at the last, at the last two streams, Muhugs left and went back to Florida, and she arrived, and she's safe. All right, so that'll work for no more soldering than I'm going to do. But this thing, oh, let's see.
Muhugs
There she is.
says, I am here.
Talk about moo
These
hugs,
strange things.
and it appears.
Says. Hey moo.
Welcome, moo
Moo
hugs.
Says. I am having issues with my computer.
Uh-oh. It got lazy.
These strange things. Says. What's up?
Hey, moo hugs. This is for you. This right here is where I cut that off.
Moo hugs. Says. It got x-rayed one too many times.
Probably.
Sonia. Says. Hi AA moo hugs hugging face cow. Moo hugs. Says. Hello strange things. Moo hugs. Says. Sonia. Hi hot. Moo hugs. Says. I love that blue stick.
Yeah. All right. Look, I've got another one. This is a wooden one, and it's thinner. But I've got to take now and clean that up. Right there's where I got it off of. It's going to be a bear. And look at that. Look how loose that is. Crud. Can I take this off and just solder it on there? Will that come off? Hmm.
Moo hugs. Says. That looks like a skewer.
Yeah,
These strange things.
there we go. That's what I wanted to do, guys.
Says.
I wanted to get that off of
My
there.
first time ever in this chat and I got a blue wrench.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, you are Jack in the shop, right? Because if you're not, I'm taking it back. Oh!
These strange things. Says. LOL.
All right, I heard the moo hugs. She is here. Hello, moo hugs. Boy, that's a pretty tree in the background. Is that your old house or mom's house?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that was my old house. Mom loved that tree. It's
Yeah.
the bougainvillea in the backyard. Yeah.
That's nice.
Thank you. I have on my retro shirt. This is one of my favorite artists. Yes, Frederick.
Who is
My
that?
cat. You don't know? Berkeley knows.
How's Berkeley?
He's fine. According to the vet, she says that he has arthritis.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Berkeley.
You see? Come here. Come here. Can't see you because we have a blue screen on. Oh, there he is.
But it's a black cat. A
Right?
black
Yes. So anyway, hi everybody. Thank you for joining Kilroy in his stream and supporting him. It's important because he's getting old and he needs something to
These
do.
strange things. Says. I was going to bring up another browser and log in as Jack in the shop and start an argument with strange things.
Yeah, I would have blocked them for sure. But hey, Muhugs, I guess what I ended up doing is changing the bulbs. Somehow I didn't change them, and ended up realizing it, and there was actually a wrong bulb in there. I don't know, but I realized that. And did you hear it turn on? Cool. So you have no sound now.
I would like you to minimize my screen so
Oh,
that I
sure,
can enjoy your screen. Thank you.
sure. There you go. There you go.
Oh, wow. So it was all a bulb.
Well, I think so. One of the tubes, or two of the tubes were bad, and I think one of the tubes that was in there was wrong. Anyway,
Custom screen printing.
Oops,
Says,
custom favorite.
have to go now. Have a good night, Kilroy, and God bless.
thank you.
Good night, custom.
See you later.
I bet you know who this is on my shirt.
Let's see.
Live long and prosper. Oh, look, there's a cat back there. That's why the green screen is showing.
Is moving. Oh my God.
Wait, where is she at? She's up there. I don't know if you can see her now.
I see it moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it climbing on the green screen?
Yes, she's climbing. Well, she's laying there now.
Yeah, I see it. Got it.
Animals, we gotta love them.
Yes.
All right.
All right. You're going back to being small. When you're small.
Appreciate
So okay. So now what I've got to do is take and solder this back in there. And honestly and truly, I'm not liking this at all. Not liking this at all. I know. I know what I'll do.
So what are you doing? Because no voice is coming. You're looking for grape juice?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be in your refrigerator?
I hope this is big enough. I don't think it's going to be big enough. Yeah, it's too crud.
Oh,
See,
you're looking for tubing.
yeah. Because what I'd do is I'd solder it and then slip it down and tighten it down. All right, so
These strange things. Says, I don't have any.
okay, what was the question?
These strange things. Says, I thought you said
Oh,
grape juice.
grape juice. Yeah, no. This,
Same. I thought the same thing.
this. So is it going to be easy to take this off of here? Maybe push it back, kind of lift it up a little bit,
It's never.
and gonna have to do that, I think. Come on, don't mess it all up. Let's see if that'll help. Yeah, I should have cut that wire where it was instead of so close to that potentiometer, but stupid me. Yeah, it helps a little bit, but not a lot. because we've got all these other components on there too. Cred. And see, that's totally loose there. All right, let me see if I can take that piece off of there. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
There's no fire.
No, I think we're past the fire stage.
I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah. I just don't want to drop all those pieces in there.
Why don't you put like a little barrier in there like they do at the dentist? You know, that way you don't choke.
They don't choke.
Yeah, they put a little barrier in your mouth when they're doing stuff, so like, you know, if like debris falls, it doesn't go in your esophagus.
No, not me.
You could do that the same so the little particles don't fall into the rest of the machine, you know, and the rest of
No,
the radio.
I don't think that'll do anything.
See, if I was there, I would point that out to you.
You would point that out.
These strange
Literally.
things. Says. Soldering 101. If it smells like bacon, you are holding the wrong end.
Right? That's so true, Jack.
Oh, that's so funny.
Here we go. Got it. All right. That makes me happy. That really does. Now, the next question is was there another piece of wire up underneath there? It doesn't really look like it. But I'm gonna check it out. Yeah. It looks like there's just one connection there, guys. Oh, where's that pointer when you need it? Here, we'll use this one. See that right there? Yep, there's nothing else there. So yeah, so that'll work out. That'll work out halfway decent, I think. So I need to take and tin this to where it'll go in there. So I need to tin this thing, and then slip it in there as I'm heating it up. Let's do that. By the way, it's not a good idea to solder over things. Anyway.
Why?
Because the drops of solder will fall down into it.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant like over the same cable or wire.
No. Let's see if I can make that little hole a little bigger. Oh my God. That's perfect. Okay, I'm going to flip that out because I don't know if you saw it, but look, there's a little piece right there of solder that just came out of there. So we got it out. So basically, now we're all cleaned up. Can I zoom that in to there even more? See, now this is going to sit right there like that in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put a little hook on this thing. So it makes it even easier to snag on it, at least for now. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. And I probably should have hooked it first.
But if you hook it first, how are you going to get your pliers in there?
No, before I um, before I tin the wire. That mess it up? Yeah, closed it in too much. In fact, I think I just mechanically broke it.
So can you take the tin off and do it over?
Oh yeah, I could. But what I'll do is I'll make it a little shorter like this, just enough to where it'll sit there. Like this. Just enough to where it'll sit right there. See, I wanted it to just bend just a little bit. And that's what I'm saying. I should have done this before I put the solder on. So now it's okay. It'll be fine. Okay. So if I can keep that in there.
These strange things. Says. Shorter is better anyway.
Well, yeah. You do know why shorter is better, right? I'm just trying to straighten this thing up a little bit. Make sure it wasn't touching the back, and it's not. Because of the inner electrode capacitance. When you have longer wires, you had what's called inner electrode capacitance. And what happens is
these strange things. Says. Limit exposure.
the field gets exposed, and it actually does a capacitance thing in between the two wires. So you want to limit the exposure, like he's saying. The length, you want the least possible parallel wires together. All right, I'm feeling lucky with that. So let's heat that up right there. Oh no, don't move out of there.
Only if you had a clamp.
Well, if I did, then it would act as can't see. What would it act as?
A heat conductor?
A heat sink, exactly.
I was close. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. So that should have, I'll wait for it to cool down or to dry. Right. That should have soldered it on there. Well, I'm happy with it. I'm going to replace this eventually anyway, but that's okay for now. I'm more wondering why this is all movie and stuff in here. You know, that's not. I should be able to just tack some solder on there. See, I was trying to do something like that so that I could hook it over like so. That's just being difficult now. Like so. And see, this one's so thin and so flexible that I can do that. Like so. And now what I can do is just take and put a dab of solder right there. Man, that's not enough light. There we go. Put a dab of solder right there. And that should be good there. No, it didn't. Hold on, let me see. I probably should just move it over, but I think I will. What the heck?
Is your heating gun on?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a soldering iron, not a heating gun.
Heating gun. It's a heating gun. See, that's still not soldering on there like it should. And I'm thinking it's because it's old solder. There we go. Okay. That should be fine like that. There's two other ones in here too, and they're just twisted on. That one there, and I believe this one
Rock
here
and Woodworks
also. Hello, Eloy.
says, "Dang it, Jim. I'm
Welcome.
not a handyman.
Welcome
I'm a
to
doctor."
welcome to the menagerie, where we just soldered the power line back onto that switch and soldered that capacitor there. So this is a good spot to test this at. The next thing I'm going to do is hook up the antenna back to it and see if we can't get anything out of this thing. So let's put it back on its bottom, like so. Make sure I got this out of the way. Let me move the soldering iron out of the way. Okay. Technically, we should be able to just bring this up just like this now, right?
Cool
So
Hugs
let's see what I'm
says,
gonna do now.
"Welcome, Rock. Rock and Woodworks says,
Eloy! Eloy. So there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug the radio back in. It's off. We'll plug it back in. Of course, this thing, if this bulb glows in any way, this is pulling too much current.
And that means fire.
Well, it means that it'll burn stuff up, you know. So
Yes, fire.
this bulb right here was the first one that lit up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to turn this thing on and go up to OER. Boom, it should have the whole voltage right there. And there we go. And I know I did this already. Okay, so this thing's warming up now. And I can't see the other ones. But if you'll notice, we've got a dial light there that's working. Let's see. Oh, and I forgot to put that back. Let's yeah, there we go. We have sound out of it. Okay? That's good. It's hum, but that's better than nothing, which means we've got probably some bad capacitors, assuming that it's not because we don't have an antenna hooked up. All right, so let's put this back the way it was, which is basically pull this thing. Let's unplug this thing. So, all right, there we go. We're unplugged. Now, there's some capacitors on here, but I'm not going to touch them.
These strange things says, "Glad that is not an RF tube.
Yeah,
With
it's
you
not.
touching the top like that.
It's not.
LOL."
Can't get back in there because I need to scoot it. So let's see, can I scoot with this?
Cool Hugs says, "Jack, what is an RF tube?"
No.
Thought you just soldered that piece.
No. See, I did.
These strange things.
I soldered the connection on the back.
Says,
I needed to bring this back through here.
transmit tube from the ham radio.
Yeah, a radio frequency tube that actually emits, that has that has radiation off of it, emissions. Come on, get back on there. Yeah, and it was that way, wasn't it? Just like that. So I want to put that sucker back on there.
Hugs.
And that's why I forgot.
Says, oh wow, danger, danger.
Will Smith, danger. Danger, Will Robinson.
These strange things. Says, it would blow a pencil-size hole in your hand.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack.
Yes, I'm glad you're telling him these things.
Yes. All right. So I think that's probably good. All right. So let's go ahead now and do the same thing. All right. Now, before I do, I'm gonna turn the dial a little bit. Here we go, guys.
A light came on.
Yes. Now let's see if the light goes off. Look, the light went off. So really, my thought behind that was that that it was bad. But what it was is one of these bulbs was bad. See, we can turn it on. There we go. And watch, the volume will come up, and you'll hear it here in a second. We got it all the way up. There it comes. That's all the way up. Okay, let's see. Not getting any. Yeah, all I'm getting is AC humming a lot. Look, it's barely turned on, and we're getting a lot of AC hum. So there's actually some bad capacitance in here of some kind, a bad connection, something like that. But the fact that it turns on makes me happy. Okay, very happy. Just for grins and giggles, just to say that we did, I'm going to go ahead and hook up this to see, maybe I'm wrong. Okay.
What's that? Because I came in late.
Okay. Usual. This right here, this is the back of the radio or the antenna. Okay.
I remember those.
And I'm trying to figure out, yeah, that's coming off of there. So I'm not, for external antenna. So this is the external antenna, I guess. Interesting. But this is the one that it comes with. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to remember where it went. I got green on top and white on the bottom. Okay, so I've got green here and white there. So what I need to do is take and solder my green and on
These
top
strange things.
and my white at the bottom.
Says, Ina.
So that's what we got to do.
Rock and Woodworks.
Let me get another.
Says, is the back made of that hardboard stuff from back in the day with texture?
Yes. It's like that cardboard stuff. Let me see if I can find the other stripper, guys. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, I hate it. He lost his stripper again.
Yep. How was your trip back, sis? How was the trip back?
It was good, thank you. It was wonderful, actually. I got a nice salad for $18 at the Nashville.
A nice what?
A nice salad for $18.
Ooh, the $18 salad special at the Nashville airport.
These strange things. Yes. You got to keep up with her.
You do? All right, so there's one of them.
Yeah, see, now he's got one stripper. He's got to find the other one.
I'm just going to cut this off right there. Give me a new one. Okay.
Which stripper is your favorite?
This one here.
Oh, the yellow one. Oh, yeah. It's spring-loaded. I like that one too.
Yes. And it has a latch.
Latch.
Yes. All
These
right.
strange things. Sis. My wife will not let me have one.
All right. My wife let me have two. Okay. So on this trim capacitor right here, on the bottom is the white and the green is on top. So I'm going to have to tin. Just looking to make sure that it's connected. I'm going to have to tin both of these here by just putting a little solder on it. How's our time looking? Hey, at least we got sound out of this thing this time, huh?
That's right. It's not. It's what
Rock
is it?
and woodworks.
8:44 your time.
Sis. Long Tall Sally, the Mystico Beauty of El Paso.
All right. All right. Sounds like a winner to me, but I don't find any solder. There we go. Oi, son. Oi, governor. Give me some solder here. Where's my little fingers? Let's use my little fingers. And just dab a little solder. A little solder right there. Let's see. Is this still hot? Yeah. All right, that side's well tinned. Oops, I got to get this side now. You know that it's well tinned when you can heat it up in the back, and it actually melts into it. All right, so this one's the green. The green is at the top. The white one's at the bottom. So let's do the white one. I'm trying to. There's our green. Let go, Mr. Green.
Rock and Woodworks. Sis. Way things are going, we'll need more of these 20th century era electronics to come online.
Let's hope not, Eloy. Let's hope not. But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. All right, I think that's on there. Let's do this one on this side. Let me put a little solder at the base so it's nice and fresh. I should be using a little bit of a flux, but See, as long as I do that, I'm able to do this. We're golden. All right. There's those two right there. This, I'm not certain what this capacitor is for. I think, geez, I don't really know. I think it goes to ground here because it is coming off of the antenna. I don't know. Maybe one of y'all can fill me in, but I'm not certain. And I don't see a spot board or anything, but I bet it goes like to ground somewhere. All right, so there's our antenna. We'll pretend like that's right there. Set it right there.
These strange things.
See if that does any good.
Says Amazon has flux and activator.
An
Just
activator.
saying LOL.
An activator. An activator. Hey, we were talking about that the other day, Moo and I, Jack, which is these strange things. You know that, right, Muags? Okay. All right. But anyway,
Yes.
yeah, we were discussing this. If you want to tell them, Muags, what we were talking about, or not.
Well, actually, he was going to buy some, and he found some online, and that's pretty much what I remember.
Right? And did I buy some?
I don't think you ever got around to buying it.
I didn't. You know what I ended up buying?
Because it never came to the house.
I ended up buying this.
Yes, that's right, you did. Yes, that
I
was
ended up buying this LCR meter. And you ask why? Well, to test capacitors. And actually, I'll probably end up replacing more than testing, to be honest. But anyway, that's what I got sidetracked on, and that's what I got. Okay, here we are. There's our dim bulb. Nothing should have changed. Okay, we should be able to power this thing up, and it is, by the way. Uh-oh. That light went down, didn't it? That's interesting. Let's turn this off and do it again.
What does that mean? Is there
I don't know.
something?
I don't know, but it looks a lot dimmer than it did a second ago. I don't know. Maybe there was so much current running through the whole system, and that's what I was seeing. And I say with the whole system because the way the power goes through the filaments, yeah, and no volume control. So no volume control at all, and no signal. All right, and like I'm saying, I'm sure that'll probably be something in a capacitor or something like that, because that sounds like a line hum right there. I mean, that sounds like line hum. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, or agree with me, please. So for now, then, I wish there was a list of different capacitors, but there isn't. Let me turn this on. Maybe get a better look here at what I'm looking at. So, I mean, should I just nilly-willy start changing capacitors out, or here's our speaker, okay? We're getting something through here, and
Isn't there a test?
At least all this should be working. Well, no, it's like a capacitor here, a capacitor there, could be a capacitor there.
So you can't stick little probes next to the capacitor to see if they work or don't work?
Well, I can take this and I can take this and check the capacitors.
What are you pointing to? Because I can't see that.
Oh, sorry. This and check the capacitors. this is supposed to, the capacitor is supposed to discharge. I guess I could discharge each individual one.
Is that difficult?
No, but I guess we could start from, but I don't have them to replace anyway. But at least we can see how close they are. Maybe how's that? Yeah, we could do that. We flip this over.
Did you unplug it?
Yes, it is unplugged. In fact, look. So now I'm going to take this thing. I'm trying to make it to where I don't have to unsolder that, and I'm not there. I may have to unsolder it again because I want to mess it up if I don't. So let's do that. Let's just unsolder that thing again.
Going back to that glue and all that, you looked at a yellow one that had orange writing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't really remember, and really what I wanted to do is have Jack tell us what version or what brand he uses and what brand he would recommend. Of course, if Jack were here.
Yeah, only if Jack were here, of course.
Only Jack would know. So I don't know if I can test like that one there. That one there looks pretty bad. I mean, that looks like that needs to be replaced. You know?
It looks broken.
It looks like it's either leaking or the wax is leaked. And then there's another one down here.
So it would be safe to assume that you probably have to replace them.
Yeah, it would.
Yes.
Can we test these in circuit with this meter? This is a new meter for me, so I'm not certain. All right, to discharge this, I would need to go from here to here. And really the way you do it is you don't put a piece of wire, you take a resistor so that it bleeds off through what's called RC time constant, which is 5 time intervals. But anyway, so it should be dead or no voltage on it. I mean, I guess I could. No, but if I put this on there, then it's gonna charge it. If I put the voltmeter on it. All right. So let's see if I can do it with this here. Let's see. Can I get this up in here? Ooh. And this is negative. This is positive. So I'm going to observe negative and positive. Let's see.
Why does it have such a short little clip on it?
Because the longer they are, the more intercapacitive, what did I say? Inner electrode capacity?
You said intercapacitive. What does that mean?
Inter-electrode capacitance.
So pulse reading?
Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see if we turn this on. It's on auto LCR. Okay. It says
These strange things. Says. Me too move. I need my ham ticket.
This says
I can build a radio. But I don't know a lot of the terms and theory.
192 ohms is what it says. Okay. And right now it should be reading the capacitance. So right now it's reading. Yeah, it didn't read any capacitance. It might be because it's a circuit. well, yeah, right there it reads some capacitance. Right there it reads it. But seriously, it's, in other words, that kind of tells me that that's 190 ohms. That's like if it were shorted, I guess, right? So there is one way, and that's just take one off, one side off. And this one looks like it's a good one to take off here, is it? There are two wires. There's two wires there. So maybe this one.
Jack, you know more than I do, that's for sure.
And we might be getting, capacitance from the rest of the circuit and stuff too. So I think what I need to do is I need to break this off. In other words, desolder it on one side. What I am going, what?
Perhaps that should be the next show.
Well, I think what I need to do is get me the capacitors that are all in here, and then just go through them, and then, what time is it anyway?
It is 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so we've gone. Yeah, I've gone 2 hours. I think this is a good spot to stop. Yes. So that's probably going to be the next thing that I do for the next time. I'll figure out what capacitors I need, and I'll work. At best,
These strange things.
At best, I'm going to cut this.
Says 10 p.m.
Yes. Yes. So I'm going to cut this one because I know that it comes over here. Okay. I mean, I know it does, right? So let's cut it. Maybe if I can get this out.
Not the green one. Don't cut the green one.
Don't cut the green one.
I have those little clippers. I use those to cut the shanks off my buttons.
These are very good clippers, by the way. So the way you check them, though, the way I know to check them is you take them out of circuit like this, okay, and then you put one lead on one side. And like I said, this was a negative, so let's hook this up to negative. Let's hook this one up down here. All right. There we go. Now check this out. This is reading 74.26 nanofarads.
These strange things. Says, I got a set just like that with my Ender 3.
And yeah, and I probably got it with the Ender 3 or with my Elegu. I think it was with my Elegu, but maybe it was with the Ender 3. It's my Star Trek printer, the Ender 3. So I don't know what APO is, and what I was looking for is the capacitance, which is that. And let me take and that's at 1 hertz. Let me change the frequency on this because it does more checks. This is at a 10 hertz. See, the capacitance just went down to 71.79 nanofarads, and at 100,000 it just went to 70. Okay, and also too the APO. I think that's okay though. Let's put this back to, this is 100 hertz. This is 80.37 nanofarads. Go back to auto. Well, it thinks it's Henry's. I think that APO is the resistance. No, that's the resistance. The parallel resistance, parallel equivalent resistance, 156K. So that's like a, I want to say almost an open, which I think is okay. So this capacitor, 36 million ohms, the DCR, 56. See, I think that's because it's charging up. Okay, right there's where we had it, and it says it's 80 nanofarads. Let's change the frequency again back to 1,000, which is the standard way to do it. So that says 79.8, right? Okay, so 79.8. 0.8. Let's see what it's supposed to be.
These strange things. Says. Auto power off.
So that says 0.1, and it's
Yeah,
400.
I googled that too. It said auto power off.
So this thing is saying, see, that to me that tells me it's 1 microfarad, but this was saying that it was, okay, it's saying it's 79.41 nanofarads. 79 nanofarads. 79 nanofarads. And the
And
reason
what
I
does
keep,
that mean?
what that means is that if it were a farad, it would be here. Okay, 1, 0. That would be a farad. If we go over here, we go 1, 2, 3. That's millifarads. If we go over here, okay, that's microfarads. If we go over here, is nanofarads, and then the last one is picofarads. Okay, so
Oh, I
what
know.
that's saying, let's look at the number again. 79 nanofarads. 79 nanofarads. So it's in this range here. Okay, so it's saying that it is 79 nanofarads, which means that it's this farads here. Okay, that's 79 nanofarads. But it says 0.1 right there. Is that 0.1 microfarad, 0.1 nanofarad? What is it? What is it? So I have to figure out off of pin, well, I can't tell. Whatever pin this is, got to look on there, got to figure out what tube that is. Oh, it's yucky stuff. What is that? There was something there. I can't see it now. But
Ectoplasm.
yeah. Okay, that is pin 2. Yeah, that's pin 2 because I can see the pin numbers. So off of pin 2, off of the 35, off of pin 2,
Rock and Woodworks.
off of the 35,
A nanobug from 1930.
and then this is what it looks like. Off of pin 2, off of 35, which is here, pin 5, pin 8.
Hugs.
Pin
Says.
2,
LOL.
pin 2 has power, which is, yeah. I don't see the capacitor on here anywhere. See, this is 50 microfarad here. This is 50 microfarad. There's another one. That just looks like way too much. Way too much. Because that's the rectifier tube for the power. Okay? And if that capacitor is on there or not on there, we're going to get all this ripple. So anyway, okay. All right. I thought this was our proper schematic, and I would have sworn it would have shown that the capacitor. Well, and I said pin 2, didn't I? Right?
Yes, you did. Yes,
I
you
said
did.
pin 2. I found it. Never mind. There it is right there. There's, that says 10 microfarads though, right there. Either that is a 0.1, but I don't think it'd be a 0.10 microfarads. That says 10 microfarads. That's capacitor 16. It doesn't have a voltage rating on it though. But it goes over to pin 2, which is right there. Yeah, it goes over to pin 2. I see it now, which is actually hot also. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here and look at these capacitors. Maybe I can have some of these capacitors on hand and start replacing them. I think that one is bad because that one's so down here, In other words, it doesn't have the capacity to filter like it should, which should be what did I say, 0.1 microfarad or
One.
millifarad? Microfarad or millifarad? It might be micro, it might be over here, but that's still
It was
way,
a 0.1.
yeah, it was a 0.1. Here it looks like it's 10 microfarad though. See? See right there? That says 10 microfarad there.
I don't know. Maybe that's a dot in front of that one.
I know,
It's
but
like
then it doesn't make sense that it would be 0.10 microfarad. It would be
that's right.
it would just be 0.1.
Yeah. Well, good luck, because I'm getting a headache.
Okay. Well, like this one's 20 microfarad.
It's out of
These are
focus.
these are variables. Okay, I'm just looking for other ones. This one's a 47. What's a farad? Milli, micro? I wonder when where's two M's. What does that mean?
M&M's. It's an M&M.
Microfarad? Whereas this is millifarad, but that's microfarad? Millifarad? Microfarad? I don't know. I'll have to look into that too. Here's a 0.05. So I got to figure out what MMF means. Hey Siri, what does MMF mean in electronics?
The mismatch negativity, MMN, or mismatch field, MMF, is a component of the event-related potential ERP to a non-stimulus in a sequence of stimuli. This answer is from Wikipedia.
Thank you, Siri.
You're welcome.
You've been very enlightening. Okay, in electronics, series. Hey Siri, in electronics, farad means what? Hey Siri, in electronics, farad means what?
If you describe someone or something as fair, you mean that they are average in standard or quality, neither very good nor very bad. This answer
Hey Siri, in electronics,
Says.
I didn't get
Unit.
that. Could you try
The standard unit for MMF is the ampere turn. At.
huh? Hey,
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
hey Siri, in electronics, MF means what? And MMF means what?
Here's an answer from translatorscape.com.
Sonia. Says. MMF is picofarad.
It is picofarads. Okay. All right. So MMF is pico, which is down here, guys, right? So MMF.
These strange things.
All right.
Says. Millifarad.
Well, no, wait. M is millifarads. How do we get microfarads? Why doesn't it have PF? And I would think that, millifarads. Because see, I know it is milli, micro, nano, and pico. End of story. Okay. And if it's a millifarad, it's a millifarad, it makes sense that it would be a pico because it'd be 3 over, okay? That's all I'm saying. So that makes sense that it's a pico. How does it do micro, though? All right, what else we got in here? Let's see. Millifarad, or is it microfarad? I bet you the M's on these are microfarads. I bet it,
according to Wikipedia.
yes.
All right, I'm on the Wikipedia page. Okay, it goes from microfarads,
Yes.
something nanofarads, the UF thing.
Micro.
Nanofarad, yeah.
Yep.
Then you've got, you start with microfarads, nanofarads, and picofarads, which is PF.
Right.
The millifarad is little m, big F, is rarely used in practice.
Okay.
Okay, and then it has an example. And then the nanofarad is little n, big F.
Right.
It's used more in Europe than in the United States.
Right.
Okay. So if you want me to drop the Wikipedia page.
No, but that still doesn't explain the MM.
Okay, I'm scrolling down because there's more.
I'm thinking that the micro is the M, microfarad.
Well, it has here, let me show you.
But that's the symbol that looks like that, like a little U like this.
Yeah, the little U. What is that in the Greek? What's that?
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but that is a Greek letter, yeah.
Yeah. I don't either.
I think it's mu, actually.
Mu?
I think it's mu. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it.
Mu. So cows. Moo. How would I not know that? It even looks like horns.
Okay, how about this? Hey Siri. The micro symbol is used in electronics to represent micro.
Mu.
It is mu,
The
yes.
micro symbol, mu, is used in electronics to represent micro, which means 1 millionth.
There it is, guys.
This answer is from electronicchef.org.
So we were good there. Okay, other than figuring out on these older schematics what the M means, what the MM means, I think I just need to get a combination of
MF equals microfarads.
Right, I know it does, which is what we have here. So that's 10 microfarads. We got 10 microfarads, but then up here we've got 47 MM farads. Microfarads, microfarads, exactly. That's what I was saying, Sonia. It definitely makes sense because we're moving it over 3, which means it would be pico.
Sonia.
So MMF is pico.
MMF.
Yes.
Microfarads or picofarads.
Yes. All right. We'll come up. Yes. I think I can live with that. Yes. All right. So then this one down here, which should be the one I'm checking here, should be 10 microfarads, and it's not.
Also, I read that it's something about a magnetic circuit.
That sounds like an inductor.
I don't know. It says electric engineering, MMF stands for magnetic motive force.
Maybe
and
so.
The standard unit for MMF is the ampere turn AT, and then it's also an analogy. MMF is to a magnetic circuit as EMF voltage is to an electric current.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right. Anything. Well, I think though that we can all agree that what the next thing we need to do on this is recap this thing. I guess that would be, since we checked one capacitor and it was way off with that thing. I mean, from what we were being able to check, right? I mean, here's an example. Okay, here's what I've got here. I have got a 100 microfarad capacitor here. Okay, and I'm going to observe the polarity. I'm going to put the negative on it, which is over here. And I'm going to do the positive over here. And through auto, it says, hey, you have 93 microfarads but it's supposed to be 100 microfarads. But the point is it's probably well within the specs. I don't know what the specs are for this. If it's 5%,
These strange things. Says. You know the caps are weak. You
oh,
can hear it when you turn it on.
oh yeah, they are, and mostly, you know, caps are what get replaced on these things. But what I'm trying to say is that this is reading this well, even though it has, you know what, I don't know, whatever the percentage is there that we're off. But some of these can have a, you know, 20%, even if it was 10%. Well, 10% it would still fall in there, and I don't know, it's probably more, my guess, but. But I would say that'd be good for 100 microfarad. So, all right. Well, with that, guys, hey, thank you so much for showing up. Really appreciate it. To everyone, live long and prosper. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Muhugs. Who else? Lots of people were in here today.
Eloy.
Eloy, thank you, Eloy. A Rockin' Woodworks extravaganza every Tuesday,
These
Eloy?
strange things. Says. Cool.
Who is Custom Screen Prince?
Well, Joey on Twitch, but he said something else. And
Oh,
I'm looking for it if I can. Let's see, did he say? No, I have to go now.
Snow Crusher.
Yeah, Greg was here. Exactly. Yeah, I thought I saw. I'm just scrolling through. Nightbot was here too.
Dances with Aardvarks.
Dances with Mike was here.
Did the Nightbot ban anybody?
No, I don't think so. It did. Yeah, it did. By the way, Jim also and Greg, it did on somebody.
Sonia.
I think it was on Mike.
Says. Thumbs up. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
My friend's waving hand.
All right, Sonia.
Hi, Sonia. JJE, that's Jim, right?
That's Jim. That's JJE. Yes. Mike is Dances with Aardvarks. Man, you should see the stuff that he does too. If you haven't, go check out his channel. It's. Can you do a shout out, sis? Will it let you do shout outs?
I don't. No, I think last time I tried it didn't let me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so either. I need to fix the. I just added Jack as a mod. I need to add you. Are you a mod
Who?
on the channel? Moo?
On
Yeah, you
YouTube?
are. You've got a wrench.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a wrench.
Yeah, it should be a hammer. I would appreciate a hammer.
I know, but a wrench is what. Let's see, and I
Or
guess,
a knitting needle.
I
Or a
guess
knitting
that's it.
needle.
Yeah, Greg was one of the first ones that showed up, I think. Thanks, Greg, for stopping on. Really appreciate it. Well, hey guys, hey, remember, no matter what you guys do, hey, do it just for fun. Have a great weekend. Live long and prosper. We're going to be doing more marble run cutting, and hopefully the last weekend, making that modular. So that's what we got going on at 2 p.m. Sunday.
These strange things. Says. I want a hammer.
Sorry, Jack. All you get is a sword. Good night, guys.
You mean a wrench?
A wrench. Yeah. Bye.